All right, let's dive in. Today we're tackling AI-augmented learning for neurodivergent individuals.
Ooh, yeah, this is a fascinating one.
It's a topic you've been eager to explore, and honestly, I'm pretty curious myself.
Me too. I'm really excited to get into this.
We've got some interesting sources to work with today.
Yeah, we do.
A student's research on AI and some notes you took about the famed biologist E.O. Wilson.
Right.
Now, on the surface, they might seem totally unrelated.
Yeah, totally different fields.
But something tells me there's a connection here.
You know, you're right. There's this really cool link between them. The student's research actually mirrors some big themes from Wilson's whole career.
Oh, really? Like what?
Like how our personal experiences can shape our passions in science,
Interesting.
and how science can be this powerful tool for addressing real-world problems.
Okay, I'm hooked already. Let's start with E.O. Wilson. What made him such a legend in science?
Wilson's story starts with this deep childhood fascination with nature. You know, he was the kind of kid totally absorbed in exploring and observing the natural world.
I can picture him out in the woods with a magnifying glass.
Exactly. But his path took an unexpected turn. A fishing accident when he was a kid actually affected his vision,
Oh, wow.
making it hard to pursue his first love, bird watching.
Oh, that's heartbreaking.
Yeah, it was tough. But, you know, this is where it gets really interesting. Instead of giving up, Wilson adapted. He shifted his focus to creatures he could still study in detail, even with his vision impairment ants.
So that's how one of the world's leading ant experts got his start. What a twist. It really shows how challenges can lead us down unexpected paths.
Totally. And his work with ants was groundbreaking.
Oh, I bet. What did he discover?
He uncovered the secrets of their social structures, how they build those complex colonies, and how they communicate using pheromones.
Pheromones. I remember learning about those in school, those chemical signals they use to send messages. It's like a whole other language.
Exactly. And Wilson was a pioneer in deciphering that language. But his curiosity didn't stop there. He was also fascinated by biogeography, the study of how living things are distributed across different regions.
Ah, biogeography. That's fascinating stuff.
Oh, it is. And you know what? His work on this was actually inspired by a major historical event, the Krakatoa eruption in 1883.
Wait, Krakatoa, as in the volcanic eruption, what does that have to do with biogeography?
Well, the eruption wiped out all life on the island. It was a total reset, a blank slate.
Wow. A devastating event.
Devastating, yes. But it also created this unique opportunity for scientists to study how life reclaims a barren landscape.
Like watching evolution in action.
Precisely. Wilson and a colleague, Robert MacArthur, used this natural experiment to develop the theory of island biogeography, which is based on how species recolonized Krakatoa.
That's incredible. So from tiny ants to the grand scale of island ecosystems, Wilson's work had an incredible range.
It did. But you know, there's another side to Wilson, the side that wasn't afraid to stir things up in the scientific community.
Oh, what do you mean?
His work on sociobiology, the idea that human social behavior has biological roots. In the 1970s, his book, Sociobiology, caused a huge stir by drawing connections between human and animal behavior.
Oh, right. I've heard of that. It was pretty controversial, suggesting that things like altruism and aggression might be influenced by biology.
It was. It sparked intense debate and even accusations of determinism.
I can imagine it's a complex and sensitive topic.
Absolutely. But Wilson always maintained that understanding our biological underpinnings could help us create a more just and compassionate society.
So he saw it as a way to better understand ourselves and improve our social structures, not to limit our potential.
Exactly. And, you know, I'm starting to see a connection here with the students' research on AI and neurodiversity.
Yeah, me too. They're both delving into the complexities of social behavior, trying to understand and maybe even influence it, whether it ants or humans.
Right. And it really highlights some key themes that run through this whole deep dive. The power of observation, adapting to challenges, and the importance of challenging conventional thinking.
I love that. Those are essential not just for scientific discovery, but for using that knowledge to make a real difference in the world.
Exactly.
All right, I'm ready to dive into the students' research and explore how AI is being used to support neurodivergent individuals.
Let's do it. So the student was really drawn to this research article.
Oh, which one?
It was called AI-Augmented Behavior Analysis for Children with Developmental Disabilities, Building Towards Precision Treatment.
That sounds promising.
Right. It really dives into how AI can help neurodivergent individuals, focusing on something called AI-ABA.
AI-ABA. Okay, I need a little help here. What is that exactly?
So AI-ABA stands for AI-Augmented Behavior Analysis. It's basically a platform that uses AI to, supercharge behavioral interventions.
Hmm.
It's all about creating more effective and personalized strategies to help these learners thrive.
I see. Using AI to make therapies better. But how does it actually work? Can you give me an example?
Sure. Imagine a child with autism who struggles with social communication.
Yeah.
The AI-ABA platform can analyze their behavior in real time, figure out the specific challenges they're facing, and then, get this, use augmented reality to provide personalized support.
Augmented reality. That's wild. What, like they'd be wearing AR glasses or something?
Exactly. They could wear AR glasses that would show them visual prompts or give them social cues during interactions.
Wow, so the glasses could help them navigate those tricky social situations in real time. That's incredible.
Right. It's like having a personalized coach right there with them.
I'm also curious about those personalized reinforcement strategies you mentioned earlier. How does AI factor into that?
That's where AI gets really cool. The platform doesn't just offer support, it also tracks the child's progress and adjusts the interventions based on their individual need and how they're responding.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
So it's not a one-size-fits-all approach.
Not at all. It might give them virtual rewards for positive behavior or change the difficulty level of the AR challenges. Basically keeps them motivated and engaged in the learning process.
So it's like having this incredibly responsive and adaptive learning system tailored to each individual child.
Exactly. And that's key for neurodivergent individuals because they often have unique learning styles and different challenges. The AI-ABA platform is all about creating a truly personalized approach.
The student mentioned some backup articles too. What did those cover?
One was about using machine learning to predict the development of adaptive skills in neurodiverse children.
Oh, that sounds really valuable.
Right. So by crunching massive amounts of data, these machine learning algorithms can start to pick up on patterns.
Okay.
And from those patterns, they can actually predict how a child's skills might develop over time.
Oh, wow. So they can forecast a child's development based on all this data? That's amazing.
It is. And it has huge implications for early interventions. Imagine educators and therapists being able to tailor their support based on a child's predicted trajectory.
That could be game-changing. The earlier you intervene, the better the outcomes.
Absolutely. The other article took a broader look at AI's potential role in supporting neurodiversity. It explores both the exciting opportunities and the ethical considerations we need to keep in mind as we move forward.
Yeah, that makes sense. It's important to be thoughtful and responsible with any new technology, especially one this powerful.
Exactly. The article talked about how AI can be used to create assistive technologies, personalized learning tools, even diagnostic tools.
It's like we're on the verge of this transformative moment, all this incredible technology emerging with the potential to really make a difference in people's lives.
It's exciting, but we need to be careful and thoughtful in how we develop and use it, which is where critical thinking comes in. And that brings us back to E.O. Wilson.
Ah, full circle. How does Wilson tie into all of this?
Well, Wilson was a huge advocate for understanding how interconnected life is. He believed that you can't truly understand human nature if you ignore our evolutionary history and our place in the natural world.
Are you suggesting there's a link between studying ant colonies and using AI to understand and help humans?
I think there is. Both involve observing complex social behavior, finding patterns, and trying to figure out what drives those patterns. Wilson's work on those intricate ant societies actually kind of mirrors our efforts to use AI to unravel the complexities of human behavior, especially when it comes to neurodiversity.
Wow, it's like there's this underlying theme of deciphering complex systems, whether it's an ant colony or the human brain.
Right. It really highlights how insights from one field can inform and enrich another.
I love how this whole deep dive has connected these seemingly different worlds, ants, AI, and the human brain. It's like E.O. Wilson's legacy is woven through it all.
It is. And remember, Wilson wasn't just a brilliant scientist. He was passionate about using that knowledge to solve real-world problems.
He believed in making a difference, not just studying things in isolation.
Exactly. And that leads us to the final thought I wanted to share. Wilson once said, "The love of nature is a form of religion, and naturalists serve as its clergy." Consider how technology, like AI-augmented learning, might change our relationship with both nature and ourselves.
That's a powerful thought. It really makes you think about how technology is shaping our world and our place in it.
Right. It's a conversation worth having.
It really does make you think. Are we using technology to connect with nature, or are we creating a new kind of separation?
That's such a great question. And, there's no easy answer. But just asking it is important. We need to look at how technology is shaping our lives and, even how we understand the world around us.
This whole deep dive has been full of these unexpected connections. We've gone from ant colonies to AI and the complexities of the human brain. It's like a whirlwind. But one thing's for sure, we need to stay curious. We need to be adaptable and think critically, especially with AI becoming such a big part of our lives.
I totally agree. And E.O. Wilson, his life, his work, it all points to one big thing. Never stop learning, never stop exploring. He was all about pushing those boundaries of knowledge.
He never lost that, childlike sense of wonder,
Yeah,
The joy of discovering something new. It's pretty inspiring.
it is. It reminds us that learning isn't just about, memorizing facts. It's about understanding ourselves and our place in, well, the universe, really.
It's amazing to think that this deep dive into AI-augmented learning took us back to the world of ants and the legacy of E.O. Wilson. Who knew they were so connected?
I know, right? But that's the beauty of knowledge. It's all connected if you look closely enough.
Well, I think it's time to wrap up this deep dive, but I have a feeling this is just the start of a much longer exploration for us all.
It is. The learning never really stops, does it?
Thanks for joining us on this incredible journey, and until next time, keep diving deep.